Double D, let me know when you're ready.
Billy, can you give me just a little bit? Maybe. There you go. Thank you.
Welcome back to Municipal Stadium, Larry Kelly Field. Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, the Dean, a.k.a. the Dean, Rocky Yoakum. Gentlemen, this is not the only game in the area. There's quite a few district ball games going on. We'll start DeLand at Lake Mary, District 2, Class 8A. DeLand coming off of their first win of the season over Seabreeze last week. Looking forward to staying hot with a much bigger win against Lake Mary District. Coach Allen?
Saw Lake Mary in the spring. Real talented running back. Already committed with offers and a wideout as well. They're a good ball club. They'll have their hands full with Lake Mary.
Don't know much about Lake Mary, except in the last few years their tradition has been good, and DeLand looks good on the hook. We'll just have to see if they can compete at that level with those guys.
Deltona comes over from the west to take on Father Lopez. Sandalwood is at Flagler Palm Coast in a District 1-8 Class 8A game. Flagler Palm Coast is looking to rebound after last week's loss to University. Coach?
Well, the University is kind of the surprise of the area this year. I have not ever seen them play, and they're very, very impressive. Don't know. Deltona is a bit improved, I understand, and hopefully they'll have a good football game.
Coach Allen?
That's a tough one to call. You know, Coach BJ has done a good job over there, and I know they've got a couple marquee players. They've struggled a little bit early, but it'll be interesting. I think it's a good matchup.
Just for clarification, the two coaches just spoke about DeLand and Father Lopez, but it was Sandalwood and Flagler Palm Coast. It's tough to hear with everything that's going on. I get it. Also going on this evening, Halifax, a new program taking on Beacon of Hope. Matanzas travels to Titusville in a very, very interesting district game, which we will talk about just after the national anthem. We'll skip right now. Taylor's taking on Foundation Academy. Last night, Atlantic lost to Orlando Jones 18-14 in the District 5 Class 4A game. We're going to allow Mainland's band to take us through the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll go ahead and discuss the other two key district games in the area. I don't know that there's ever a bad condition of the national anthem. Just some are longer than others.
Correct.
All right, gentlemen, back to some of the other area games. There's two other games in the area that might take a little bit of discussing. discussion rather. We'll start with Warner Christian going to Deltona Trinity Christian in District 3 Class 2A. Trinity Christian is one of the hottest teams in the area. Warner Christian wants to do everything they can to forget about last week. Coach Yoakum?
Well, they sure do. That left a bad taste in their mouth, I'm sure, and I think they're going to have their hands full again tonight. It seems like Warner's not gotten off to the start that maybe people expected them to, and being a local school, we'll hope that they do improve as time goes by, but I think Trinity Christian has the edge there tonight.
Coach Allen?
It's a good matchup. It's always kind of a rivalry game, having been in that thing a couple of times. They've got a wideout at Trinity who's very, very good. He's a basketball player who's come out there, got a lot of talent. I've read and heard a great deal about their quarterback. Outside of that, I don't know a lot. You know, I would think that Warner would be kind of seething a little bit from last week's game and would be ready to play. I think that was kind of a toss-up.
It's going to be interesting nonetheless. I think the actual game that has the most to prove to everybody involves two teams that kind of haven't been used to losing this early as much as they have this season. Seabreeze travels, makes the long trek down 95 South to New Smyrna Beach in a District 9 Class 6A game. Both teams will be looking for their first win of the season, and for all intents and purposes, they're probably playing for the runner-up spot in this class and district. Coach Allen?
You know, that district right now is a combined 5-9, and 3 of the wins have come from Mainland. If you had told me to start the season that we would be at this point and there'd be an 0-6 over there on the side of Seabreeze and New Smyrna, I would not have believed that. So someone's got to get off the snide here tonight there, and it should be a hard-fought ball game.
Coach Upham.
I think it'll be a hard-fought ball game, too. There was a time when New Smyrna and Seabreeze didn't like each other. I don't know how much that's changed in the recent past, but when you're over and you've lost 3 in a row, you're certainly thinking that if we can win this one, we can rebound, we can keep our hopes alive. We've got a lot of things to look forward to. If we lose this one, we know then we got to beat Mainland, and a lot of good things have to go. So it's early in the season. It's probably as big a game as there is in the area tonight.
And I think people are sleeping on Deltona a little bit. They're also a member of this district, so they're playing for the 2 spot tonight, but they could be playing to keep that 2 spot when each of those teams plays Deltona. Either way, it's going to be interesting, an interesting game. Pine Ridge will be receiving the kick from the west. Mainland will kick with their backs to the scoreboard. As the Buccaneers take the field, we will take one more break and be right back with the kickoff. Coach, we're going to get going. He can just come on when he's ready. Okay? Back at Municipal Stadium, Larry Kelly Field, Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, and Rocky Yoakum. It's the Pine Ridge Panthers and the Mainland Buccaneers. Kicking off for Mainland will be number 18, Peter Baudette. Back deep to receive one of the Pine Ridge Panthers is number 2, Keith Foreman. And if we can find a number on the other one, we'll bring it to you. Number 9. That's Marcel Diggs. Coach, We've seen this kid kick. He's not bad.
No, he was solid, and I wouldn't be surprised to see something, a kind of a bloop maybe here, or something this dead area on the left side by the 10-yard line down here. They've left a void. They've kicked their whole return team over to the side. They kick it right to him.
Short punt fielded at the 16. Whistles blowing everything dead right away. I guess we went with an immediate fair catch. All right.
I guess that would be another safety measure that we've got. It seems to be one of our trends here.
Yeah, I don't know if that was an automatic fair catch or if he went out of bounds. Nonetheless, the Panthers will set up shop 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line.
It had the look of an offsides. The whistle was so fast.
Are these guys A1?
They are.
Yeah. Under center this evening for the Panthers is number 18, William Roseo. Quick motion near side. Roseo hands the ball off. A gain of about 1 on the play brings up 2nd down.
It's like Mainland's playing their under front against this. Got another defensive lineman in the game. And they're winding it up pretty good right there.
Yeah, they've got everybody within about 6 or 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. Darren Feinrich to throw the football.
Not having seen them, I have no idea what their capabilities are to throw the football.
Well, before the game started, I watched the pregame. That's not always a good indication, but the kid has a nice arm, and he's got 2 wide receivers, 11 and 6, that are both freshmen. He's a sophomore, so that's kind of the future of Pine Ridge.
Quick motion near side. Roseo tosses the ball quickly. Joshua Kasem on the carry. Coach Yoakum, give us an idea of the type of offense that we're probably going to see for the entire weekend.
Well, it's going to look a lot like a rugby scrum most of the night. We're looking at 2 tight ends and 2 wing backs, and the fullback within about 2 feet of the quarterback. So it's a very bunched formation. It should force the defense to balance up and play some sort of a balanced run against them. If the quarterback has the experience to check away from an overshift, that might be some success, but we're going to see just this toss. We're going to delay a game right now.
So basically what you're saying, it's one of those games where if you're a defensive back, you're asking the coaches if you can put your hand in the dirt.
Well, they may be before the night's over. They're going to be close enough to put your hand down. But just as sure as the world, Pine Ridge will come up with a throw or 2 out of it after they get everybody crowded up there. They certainly can't afford a penalty like that to delay a game. Put them in 3rd and long here.
Following a delay of game penalty, it's Pine Ridge still on their side of the 50. Once again, quick motion, fumble on the play. It looks as if Brian Gregory, a defensive back captain for the Buccaneers, came up with a fumble, and that's what we're going to give it. Fumble recovered by the Buccaneers. Coach Allen, this was the problem Spruce Creek had against Mainland. They gave them the short field. Not like they need that much help.
Yeah, and it's kind of the MO, I think your kids get a little jittery and there's some nerves involved, and the kids aren't dumb. They know that they're overmatched, and they've just got to fight that mentally. They can't lay the ball on the ground and get these. They're on the 15-yard line. They're going to, Mainland will make you bleed if you're going to do that.
Signal caller Denzel Houston in the shotgun set. 1st and 10 Mainland from the Pine Ridge 15. Denzel pump fakes to his left. He's going to roll right. He's got green grass where he lets the throw. Pass incomplete. Intended for what looks to be number 24, Randy Baker. Baker's been one of his key targets all year long.
Yeah, they're not at a shortage of people to throw it to or hand it to. They've got a number of playmakers.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Buccaneers. Again from the Pine Ridge 15. Houston's pass to the right. Caught. Just taken into the end zone by the right Wilfred Taylor. And just like that, the Buccaneers are up 6-0.
Pine Ridge doesn't have enough guys out there to play that formation. And if it's going to be that easy, it's going to be a long night for the Pine Ridge defense. So we're going to take the touchdown back. Taylor was ruled out of bounds. It'll be 1st and goal for the Buccaneers from the Pine Ridge 2.5-yard line. I'm guessing we're going to see Killens. I would think you're going to get some kind of read option here with Killens, and we're going to get a throw.
That's why we're all here.
That's right.
Houston's pass incomplete. Threw it to the left. It was intended for Will Collins, another one of the many, many speedy athletes on the Mainland offense.
Great play by Wyatt Pettis there. Kind of falling back in coverage in the seam there. He had a guy.
Mainland's offensive line really looks good, don't they? They're big kids, but they're not big-bellied like me, and they look like they can play.
Yeah, they get off the ball, and they ran the ball really well in the 2 times that we've seen them. And here we go.
And their version of smash mouth football, Killens. A play after I was told that he was going to take it. Takes it in for a score. No flags, no markers. 6-0 Mainland. Not going to be a big stat game if Mainland keeps getting short field, Coach Oakham.
Well, that's what I was going to think of. The only process I could come up with that fumble was it's only going to be a 15-yard drive instead of 85, but it's still just hurts your pride when you put the football on the ground. You just got to learn, if you're going to get off that, you got to learn technique.
Claudette's kick is up and good. And with 9:43 to go in the first quarter, your score already, Mainland 7, Pine Ridge nothing. We'll be back.
Who do we have next week?
American Heritage and these Buccaneers.
Oh, here? Good. Yeah, that should be a good game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I've seen American Heritage twice.
This year